it's me back from another video. So in today's video, we have a new game I haven't done before. This is called Warface. It's not to be confused with Warframe. They're two completely different games, but they sound the same. It's almost kind of like Battlefield and Battlefront, but you know, this is my review on it. So this game is more of a modern game. It's kind of like COD Ghost to me, where it's modern but like a little bit futuristic. But yeah, so getting straight into it, the first thing I want to talk about is movement. So movement in this game is alright. It doesn't feel too clunky, but it's still, you could definitely feel clunkiness in it. It's definitely not as bad as World War III, but you could definitely feel it, and I feel like if they could tone it down a little bit, you know, it'd be better. But otherwise, I don't find myself complaining too much. Sprinting in this game, it's very slow to sprint, and you also have very low stamina, so you run out in like 5 seconds, and it takes like 10 seconds to regen. So I don't like that, and you know, walking is very slow, so it just doesn't mix well. You're just going really slow in the end. So something I would recommend is like give us faster sprinting, or you know, faster walking, or if you're gonna give us more stamina, that'll work too, so we can run, since maps are kind of big and kind of small in this map. But you know, that's there. Holding guns in this game it's alright. I don't find gun mechanics too awful. All the automatic ones, they have a small recoil for the first few shots, but you know, it's not hard to get them because usually they're just vertical and you know, just tap fire. So, speaking of guns, next up, I want to talk about guns. So, there's a lot of guns in this game, which is always nice. There's like at least, I would probably say like 50 variants of weapons, but you know, if you have to unlock them, which kind of sucks, but you know, that's any game, so that's there. You have to unlock attachments for them too, which also makes sense. It's kind of like COD in a way. So I kind of, the only reason I really bring this up, because I'm so used to Rainbow where you can just put them on, but you know, you have to unlock the attachments, which makes sense. Then you know, higher level snipers are one-shot body shots, while the starter ones take like 3 shots, which I don't like. So higher level stuff is just way better in every way, which makes sense obviously, but it's kind of annoying for new players. But you know, thankfully you can pick up weapons off people's dead bodies, so that's there. Shotguns can be overpowered in some situations, I find, especially with higher level ones. Like, I'm pretty sure in this gameplay I pick up one and I just go off with it, but you know, the starter ones are pretty bad. It takes like 4 shots to kill people with starter ones, but again, just steal them off dead players' bodies and you'll be fine. So that's there. There's skins in this game. They actually look really cool, but you know, you have to buy them, so just pointing that out there. Then you know, pistols are in the game, but I don't find myself using them too often. I use the Python personally, which works fine. It's basically, you know what Python is, it's a revolver. Gunplay is way more fun with higher level guns. And you know, you can still take them off dead players' bodies, which I'm just saying that a lot because I really recommend you do it if you're gonna play the game, because the starter guns are really bad. But you know, gunplay I find is pretty fun. So next up is maps. So there's a lot of maps in this game for a free game, surprisingly. I honestly wasn't expecting that. There's honestly some maps I still haven't played yet, but you know, I was expecting like 3 maps. There's like 12 I think or something. So there's a lot of maps, and you know, a lot of them take inspiration from other games, which it's just, I'm not saying it's obvious, but it just feels like it. Like there's one that looks like the Vietnam map from Black Ops 1. There's a lot that look like Black Ops 2, which they're different, but they just look like it, so I'm not calling them a complete ripoff. I'm just gonna say they took inspiration from them. But you know, they're still alright. I find myself having fun with them. Some maps are way too big, and you know, they just suck because of low stamina and you know, slow walking. It just takes forever to get around the map. But you know, other maps are small. Like there's one that reminds me of World War III, which is just like in a town. It honestly looks exactly like the town from H1Z1, and I just find it like annoying because smaller maps, people just abuse shotguns and it gets annoying really fast. So yeah, maps are surprisingly not bad though. For a free game, I actually enjoy them more. Like, I enjoy them more than Black Ops 4 maps, so you know, that's saying something. Now, the game in general, the game is fun and has alright mechanics for a free game, obviously. It's definitely not the best by any means. You know, really any old COD can do the same, but like better. But you know, it's not free for COD, so yeah. It has a relatively small community, so wait times for games could be extremely long, I found out. Like, I had one go for like 10 minutes once, but you know, it doesn't take too long. You just have to go into like TDM and you'll find one relatively quick. The game UI in the game, I don't like it. It's really confusing and hard to navigate, which I don't like at all. I just like simple, clean UIs. to add attachments, you have to do it in game, which I found out. Like for me, I press T and it just shows the gun and what attachments you want to add, which I find that somewhat annoying because why can't you just do it before game? And you might be able to, but I can't figure out how because the UI doesn't make it too clear, and I'm really not trying to figure it out. But I suppose you could like change it throughout the match, which seems cool. Maybe ping can be really high at sometimes. Throughout the day, you might, since the player count is so low, you might go into like Hong Kong servers when you're in the US, and your ping will just fluctuate, which it's not awful, but I just see it happening sometimes, especially like if you're in the US and you play after like midnight, it'll happen. So that's there. I find that hitboxes are really small and bad at times. Like for example, sometimes I'll shoot someone point blank range with a shotgun and I won't hit them because that's just how shotgun works, obviously. So I feel like they should update their hitboxes a little bit, but otherwise it's fine most of the times. It's just the very so often that I hit someone, I'm like, I completely missed you. I'm 2 feet away from you. Where did the bullets go? Hello? But that's there. Regen when you get hit is really slow. Like it's almost not even worth waiting for it. You should just like go out and get yourself killed so you respawn. Like there's medics, but I found out no one actually uses medics for the role, but that's every game. So regen is just way too slow. I would make it faster. But most games are relatively quick and fun, but like others take really long. Like this game mode I'm playing in this gameplay, it's like you have to capture 3 objectives, switch sides, defend them. It just takes way too long some situations, which I really don't like. But mostly they're just small quick matches, which are fine. The game is fun with friends, and I honestly I only find myself playing it with friends because friends just make it fun. You could just do stupid stuff and mess around, and without friends I just find it boring. Like doing this gameplay, I found it really boring for the like 20 minutes I did it, and I just got off. So you kind of want to play with friends at this point. So that's there. But any game with friends is better, so I can't really like add that in. But yeah, the game makes you download another launcher from Steam though. Now this I don't like. So you have to, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a completely different launcher, and you have to change your username and all that. And you can't even add friends from Steam even though the game's on Steam. You have to add them through that launcher, then you have to go into the game and add them from the launcher you just added them from instead of just going to Steam, which I don't like, but I guess I can't really fix it. The game launcher looks really cheap and sketchy. It just looks plain, and you have to see it for yourself. I can't really explain it. It just looks a little sketch. But yeah, would I recommend this game? I mean, if you have a group of friends that will play with you, I would say it's worth getting. I mean, it's free obviously, so if you have the storage space and time, just get it. But playing by yourself, it's not that great, and any COD would just be more fun. But yeah, so all in all, I would probably give this a 6 out of 10. So not too terrible, but not too great either. For a free game, it's not that bad. There's some aspects that are really good to it that I feel like other game developers should take in, but there's also some that are just boring to it. But yeah, anyway, that's been it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and YouTube, I will see you next time. Goodbye.